Hello, everyone. This is Patrick and Bryson with Stone Security. Quick webisode for you today on system dashboard overview in Milestone. Go ahead, Bryson.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through the system dashboard inside the Milestone management client right here. So I'm kind of just going to go down each section and kind of just explain a little bit one by one of what they do and what they're there for. So right here, we'll just jump right in, go current tasks. So right here, this is where you can see your system's current tasks. So if your system was doing any edge retrievals or any archives or anything like that, this is where this data would show up right here. Currently, my system is not doing any of those tasks right now. It's just doing its standard normal recording of cameras. So that data does not show up here. So that's what your current task section is for there. So if you want to check the status of a retrieval or you want to check the status of an archive, this is where you can check that right there. The next section is going to be system monitor. Right here, this is kind of a general overview of your entire system right here, and you can break it down and kind of dive into these different sections here. So these boxes right here will change color depending on any errors that may be happening. So they can go into a red or a yellow state other than this green state that you can see here. The green state's obviously good state right now. So, and we can also see our different servers down here on the bottom. And these are just the services that are running. So you can see that the recording service, the CPU usage is good. The retention time is good on that. Same with the management server, CPU is good, event server, log server, and the mobile server. It's all the same server. So you're going to, if one's good, probably all of them are going to be good in this scenario right here. And then we can also go by cameras as well. So this camera system is very small, just one camera system here. So you can see that this camera has live FPS is correct. Its recording FPS is correct as well. So it's what it's set to in Milestone, and it doesn't have an excess to used amount of space. So it's fine there. We can also break down and dive even deeper too and go into the details of these devices as well too. So if I go ahead and I click details, it's going to pop up a page here for me. And I can do this on any one of my services. I can do it on my recording server as well as my mobile server and things like that. So right here, it's going to take a second to populate the status on this page here. But it's going to basically query this camera and tell me the storage that it has, the use space that it's using, its live FPS, recording FPS, all these different things, as well as its media data received as well. Sometimes it takes a second or so for this data to populate. As you see, that took about 10, 15 seconds or so, but it shows our status is okay, shows it's not recording right now. It says the name of the device, its storage that it's set to, how much space it's used, its live FPS, its recording FPS, the format, and everything right there. And then you can see there's our data received right there on that camera. So it's a nice way to kind of get a general idea of the bandwidth your camera's using or pulling in. We can also go into here to our servers as well. So we can come into our servers. I can click on recording servers right here, and I can get the details off of this guy as well too. So this is really handy too. This will pull in right here, and this is going to take a second as well to pull this data from the recording server, but we'll get our CPU usage, our memory usage, the disk space usage as well right here, as well as our read and write. And then we have our storage down here. So we have the amount of storage that is configured, what our retention is set for here. You can see down below we have our network settings, really some detailed information right here. And you can also even pull up history as well on any of this stuff too. So you can actually pull up a graph and see the history of the CPU usage, the history of the memory usage, as well as the data and everything. So this is kind of the system monitor general overview right here. And then the next section is going to be the system monitor thresholds. So what this is here is this is where you can set those different color levels that I was talking about before in the system monitor there. This is where you can set when they'll go to critical, when it'll go to warning. This is kind of configuring your system monitor page to show you different things. So your memory available, you can change that to spec at different thresholds as well. Right here. And then the next thing you have down on the system dashboard is going to be the evidence lock right here. So if we had any evidence locks in our system, if your license supports evidence lock, this is where it would show up, is right here. And you could see the reference for those, and you could see how much storage they're using and when they expire, all that information right there. So this is a really good place to see where your evidence locks exist inside of your system. The next thing is a configuration report. This is where you can pull reports from your system to give you data back from you that how you have your system configured. And you can kind of see through here all the different options that you have, and then it'll generate a PDF file for you to pull out of the system. So that's pretty much the system dashboard in a nutshell. The other thing just quickly to show would be these inside the smart client, you can actually pull up the system monitor here as well too, and you get kind of that exact same dashboard page right here. So you don't need to just do it from the management client. You can get all that same information right here from the smart client as well. So really kind of a cool way to see your system and kind of getting that general idea of how things are performing.
Yeah, definitely important to know how all that is running and to be able to see it, in a quick dashboard view. So that is the system dashboard overview. If you have any questions, need help setting up yours, you can email our support team, support@stonesecurity.net. Thank you.